Hi, I'm Courtney Cloyd, and we're here today to take the North Central Park tour of historic structures. We're starting on the corner of 8th and Monroe in front of the First Presbyterian Church. The First Presbyterian Church is the area's only example of early English Gothic architecture. And as you'll see, it's quite unusual in its many forms and features. We'll start by noticing this circular housing unit here, which is the main part of the church, currently featuring some upgrades or some replacements, temporary replacements to the stained glass windows. But this building was built in 1909, around 1909, designed by Portland architect John W. Bennis, with later modifications to the architecture by a local architect, E.E. McLaren, who did some adjustments to reduce the overall cost of the building construction. This conical roof is an unusual feature, as are the 5 sets of windows. We got clear story windows above, all in stained glass, and 5 clear story windows here, and 5 windows below in the main section. 3 sections, 3 windows on sections of either side, and then you can see towers on either side. One of which was originally a bell tower. We'll walk this way a little bit. The main entrance, as you'll see here, the main entrance to the church is 2 wooden doors under a Gothic arch, and the original building ends right over here. This building is the church educational building. It was added in 1928, adopting some of the primary architectural features. Including an arched door. That's what. We're now at the corner of 9th and Monroe, near the First Presbyterian Church parking lot. And another feature of the local history of our historic neighborhood is there are stamps in the concrete sidewalks that were poured showing when they were first put in place. This one happens to be the Corvallis Concrete Company, May 16th, 1924. So almost an anniversary here of 96 years. We're one day short. These, you'll find the concrete stamps in many locations around Corvallis, particularly in the older part of town. And you'll see a few more on this tour as well. Now we're on we're looking across Monroe and 8th Street to the northeast corner, where we're seeing the Monroe Court apartments. 7 apartments built in 1940 in the vernacular style, which means just a local style, and quite a distinctive look. This rectangular appearance, corner windows, and a lot more. So we'll go and take a closer look now across. One of the things we'll note here is the 3 apartments here in front, 2 that are side by side, and then 1 on the other side, each with their own fireplace. And then the 4 2-story units in the back here. Also interesting are these bay windows to add a little more distinctive nature to the appearance. And although we can't see it, the bay windows are supported with a brick substructure or foundation. So we're looking into the courtyard, main entrance to the 4 apartment units in the back, and we'll see that over the entrance is a blue neon sign, an early adaptation, or an early use of neon here in the area, and they've managed to keep it going ever since. Also note the brickwork in terms of the pedestal here for a light to light the entryway, and there are brick supports on either side of the entrance there, just below the neon sign. We're now at stop 3 on the North Central Park Historic Buildings Tour. This is the Wells Savage House, late Queen Anne style architecture, built in 1899. Some of the prominent features include the fish scale shakes siding in the gable ends, and the very decoratively developed barge boards. There are also, as we'll see as we walk inside the courtyard here, you'll see a wraparound porch, beautifully decorated columns holding up the porch roof, and very decorative entrance doors. Another nice feature here is this first story window with an upper sash that's surrounded by stained glass window or panes. We're now at stop number 4 on the tour, the Walter and Clara Brown house, built in 1928. A good example of the bungalow architectural style. As you can see, it's a 2-story wood frame bungalow with a low-angle, low-pitched roof. Has a large porch, as you can see, and if we go to the front of the house, we can see the main entry. The glass door, and it's surrounded by 2 glass panels for additional light. As you can see, it's a combination of horizontal siding and sawn shake siding with a window flower box on the 2nd story. The original owner of the house was Dr. Walter Brown, who was a professor of horticulture at Oregon Agricultural College from 1913 to 1942. And he planted a very beautiful hybrid sycamore tree that's in front of the house. Another interesting feature is that this house has only had 3 owners over its life since 1928. So we're now at stop number 5 on the North Central Park Historic Buildings Tour. And this is a arts and crafts style bungalow built in 1913. Once again, a very prominent full porch to the front. Kind of a square, boxy design. We have projecting bay windows, which we can see on the south and north sides. Some interesting ornamental moldings on the porch supports here. One interesting feature about this house is that it's arts and crafts style, but it's on a what's called an American 4-square form, which is, I think, indicative of its general box-like shape. The arts and crafts elements are more in the decorative side of things. The roof brackets and the features here on the porch support posts. We're now at our 6th stop on the tour, the Kappa Sigma fraternity house. The first fraternity house built in Corvallis at about 1920. I'm sorry, 1911. And it's colonial revival style. You'll notice the round columns, for example, on the porch, holding up the porch. Has a distinctive palladium windows in the upper story here. Around the arch is the palladium element. And tripled windows on either side of the entrance to the main entry here. It was originally built to house 20 fraternity members, and later, after a couple of fires destroyed a portions of the building, the Kappa Sigma fraternity decided to build a new building closer to campus, and this became an apartment building with 10 apartments, and it remains as an apartment house today. The original siding is not the shake siding we see here today, but the shake siding is very nice fit to the house. As is this broad porch entry area and low pitched roof above. Another feature in the area near the Kappa Sigma house on the corner of 8th and Van Buren, this would be the southwest corner of 8th and Van Buren, is another concrete stamp by John Thornton in 1911. So sidewalks were an early feature of the area near downtown Corvallis in the early 20th century. We're now at stop number 7 on the tour, 308 Northwest 8th Street, the Louis G. Klein House, built in 1884 in early Italianate architectural style. Features a very low-pitched roof, tall windows, 1/1 double hung windows. And all the windows have decorative elements, tablatures, as framing, or as the frame elements of the windows. The assumption is that the brick chimney and fireplace we can see here on the south side of the building was a later addition. The main entryway, as we can see here, is a partially enclosed porch entryway with an open veranda to the north. Double doors with a window above for extra lighting. And very nicely supported roof structure here, complete with a small fence, metal fence, to ensure that people who get out to dance on the deck there in the summer from the upstairs doors don't get too close to the edge. We're now at stop number 8 on the North Central Park tour, the Winfred and Louise Atwood house, a 1913 bungalow style, one of the best examples of bungalow style architecture in the Central Park, North Central Park neighborhood. Prominent feature of the main entrance facade is a double gable roof and a full porch with concrete piers supporting the posts. Another feature is the broadly projecting eaves and support brackets, which are highlighted here nicely by the painting they've done. Also common in the houses of this era are full front porches, and the front porch on this house extends the full width of the house. Another interesting feature is that on the north and south sides of the house, you see one-story bays projecting out from the main floor with 3 windows. Again, we're looking at the north side here, but this comparable feature on the south side. And another look at the prominent exposed eaves and brackets of the upper gable roof. We're approaching the south side of the house now, where we'll take a look at the concrete brick fireplace and chimney. One more of concrete stamps in our area is Levi Mellon Contractor. This particular stamp is on the sidewalk on the northwest corner of 8th and Monroe. And you see his stamp on both corners of the sidewalk. So he wanted to make sure you knew who he was. Well, that is the end of our tour. We've enjoyed giving you a chance to get an introduction to the variety of architectural styles here in the North Central Park neighborhood, one of the oldest neighborhoods in Corvallis. And we hope you'll come and take the walking tour sometime, enjoying all of the details and the other houses nearby, which are also beautiful in their own way. Thank you.